Mams Taylor up on stage. What are your thoughts? Even though I already know, but is influencer boxing dead?
Absolutely not. The numbers have just increased and increased. And what happens is there's a wave of people that like old school UFC, right? And as it grows, there's always going to be more voices that will express negativity as well. And they'll be sentimental about the past. But overall, the audience has been growing and growing. So it's not showing any trend of slowing down. But you're right about developing new stars, and obviously we're going to delve into the MMA space and the pro boxing space. So I think just making sure the product remains entertaining and choosing the right people to push and that kind of thing. I think HS Tiki Toki is a potential massive star. I think there's 10 others like him that we're talking to that are not traditionally from YouTube, and you have to expand past that. Otherwise, it won't survive. If you kept this as old school YouTube, which I know you're a massive fan of, then it's just one event a year.
Well, we were just saying how the streamers right now are probably
They're huge.
most popular people online, but getting a streamer to actually do a boxing match is near
Well,
impossible
there's
because to be successful as a streamer, you have to dedicate hours. It's not the same as being a YouTuber
yeah,
or a TikToker or something. Streaming is hours dedicated to you being popular.
but then they have to understand, and if they want the kind of money that they're, the big money that it makes it worthwhile, they can't stop streaming. You can stream the content of your hardship in camp and stuff like that, and that's where people like Astrid, L, they shine because they utilize their platforms to show what they're doing, and they do promotion for that. So it's just there's and it's getting better and better, and contractually we're penalizing people if they don't meet their promotional obligations now. So
Damn, everyone's getting fined then in Misfits.
but yeah, that's the thing. You gotta, if you're smart and you say you want to use this platform to excel in your, in other areas, or you really love boxing, or it's a mixture of both usually, or whatever. If you're smart, you're going to utilize Misfits as a platform and you boxing and make it an exciting storyline. Whether it's feuding with your opponent, whether it's your growth, your weight loss, whatever it is, if you're intelligent about your approach, you can we've seen it before, you can gain so much more traction by meshing the two together, and not saying, okay, now I'm boxing, I'm going offline for the next 2 months, and I'm not going to do anything other than I'll post that, oh, I'm fighting on this day, I'll do the minimum. Those guys, they're not utilizing this tool in front of them properly, and it's a big shame and a big waste.
Dude, when matchmaking comes around, dude, things need to change with matchmaking. Matchmaking has got to be created by the influencer boxing themselves, like by them, right? They got to fucking figure out who they want to fight. They got to call out certain people. It's got to go back and forth. It's got to be a storyline. It's got to be something that Happy Punch reports. This person said this, and then we find out that they're fighting each other, right?
Team,
It's
you've
like,
been instrumental in making a lot of matches happen. You need to stir the pot more than you used to. But it's got to be a mix because we have way more fights now. You don't have one event a year where you've got six feuds that are going on, and even then, when they did have one event a year, one event every 2 years, whatever it was, there were still matches thrown together without much hostility between the two. That would still happen for the undercard. I think again, it's like I love old Kanye, right? That's always going to be a thing. People who are old school that started out on the scene are always going to look back sentimentally, and I'm guilty of that too, with the UFC, with the WWE. We all can go through those phases, but I think it's an exciting time of a lot of new faces, a lot of storylines that are still coming, and obviously, look, JJ's taken a break, but uh, you know what, the future is going to be exciting for him too.
it's not. It's so boring right now. It's so dead right now.
Jesus.
It's just not.
N-
I like, dude, Mams gotta say what Mams gotta say. I get it, right? But bro,
But
there's
I
nothing
get
for
what he's
us to
trying to
get
say
jump
too,
up and
though.
down.
It's tough though,
well,
right? Like I get, and Keem, you're right. Right now, it's not exciting, and I think that it's not hard to see that, but it's also tough. This is what I kind of said when I came in. It's also tough to have Mams go, yeah, we got to put on this many events a year. Let's make them all bangers and try your best, but it's just not always
it,
going to work out that
it
way.
it's the same with the UFC or anything else. If you have one event, if we had one event a year, then we could stack that card, and we will. We still will have stacked cards, obviously. But then you've got builder cards, and if you don't have the builder cards, you're not building any new stars,
I
and
think
you're
the
just
question for
relying.
you, Mams, would be like on these builder cards, like it's almost imperative that you make a star on these cards. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
but
almost like you have
it's
to do it.
it's a partnership though, Wade.
I
You
agree.
can't
I agree.
you
It's
can't
not
make
just you.
them make.
I
Yeah,
know.
like look, you mentioned Gibb. Gibb definitely, if Gibb came back now and just raised hell and played Stone Cold Steve Austin, anti-establishment, and went like screw everyone, and I've blown up all these other promotions. Now I'm coming for Misfits. He has, if it's done and executed correctly, he has the potential to be massive and to
And
get the
Mams will
checks that
fight
he's
him in the
after.
parking lot.
Hey, I'll
No, that
take
would
a
be sick. You're right.
I'll
You're
I'll
absolutely right.
I'll take a couple of bumps. And story is everything. I want story. I want entertainment. And where there's a tinge of, a lot of these things, that a lot of these influencers, they play the part and they exaggerate, and then it turns into them. Look, when Logan and KSI started out, the hatred between them grew. Jake Paul and KSI, the hatred between them grew. Why do they actually hate each other? Sometimes I've asked this question and I don't know the actual answer. Do you?
Competitive. They're both extremely competitive, you
Right,
know?
but nobody like, did some crazy shit to each other for it to be the level of hatred that it is. But over the years, look, I don't suggest for one. JJ's not the type to fake a beef. He would never do that, right? That's just not his thing. Um, but it started out as like, okay, this is going to be entertaining, and then it grew into a real hatred. Same with Logan, but then obviously they after the second fight, some time passed, and it all settled down. But I think that there's enough there between guys who start beefing with each other, and I don't know. I think there's always a tinge of reality, even if they're playing a part.
But Keem's right though too. Like it's got to be. There's got to be a little bit of competitive edge. You got to have a little bit of dog in you to want to be the best. It can't just like that. That's what KSI and Jake and I thought Logan at the time had. Like it's the MJ curse. Like the dude was so competitive, he would make up things in his head that someone said about him, that someone said to him, stuff that didn't even happen that he would be blaming people for, so he could go out and rip their hearts out in games. Like you got to have that kind of dog. And I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but the top people in the scene, they have to want to be top people in the scene. It can't be a money thing. It can't be a let's create a beef. It has to be that competitive edge that just can't be matched by normal people. That's what
You're
makes this
absolutely, you're
extraordinary. You
absolutely,
know what I mean?
yeah, but that has to be matched by skill, right?
Yeah.
And
At the end of the day, you still have to go in and work hard and
and you
put
have
on
to
the best.
win. You
And
have
you
to
have to win. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, winning isn't the most important thing in influencer boxing and crossover boxing. We've said that, and you can have multiple chances to come back and redeem yourself. But ultimately, I do think everyone gravitate towards watching a winner, and if
100%.
you're winning fights, then you're gonna have better challenges. Whether it's Slim, Dean, any of our champions. Slim and Dean are undefeated, and they got to up the challenge and the and basically start fighting outside of the influencer scene as well, like with MMA guys and challenging themselves, and if they want to reach the level of KSI Jake Paul.
I mean, yeah, that's one route to go about it too, but I do think there
I
is
actually,
something to be said for like reinvesting in like stating your claim at the top of this thing too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if everybody has to have the same path as KSI and Jake and go out and challenge these other people. While it's entertaining, there could be a lane for people to be like, no, I'm the top in this scene. You want to come get the crown? I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
If there's enough challenges, yes. But
Yeah.
if you've beaten all the challenges in that, like, let's say Dean, for example, he beat the top guy. Then there's Raymu, then there's Yuri Yang, a couple of others. But after that, where do you go?
Well,
You
it
know,
makes more sense, no offense to Yeti Gang, for a guy like Dean to move out of the scene, right? Because, like you said, there's just not the name value of people right now for him to go against that would make a lot of sense for,
A-
making money, just straight up.
and he has the skill level to fight the likes of the Jose Aldos, and there's a few
Right.
other guys, big names that um
But, like,
I've
for
got in mind
example,
for
the
him.
opposite way, though, Mims, like you have a guy like Slim or, a Dedge, or potentially if Gib ever comes into the scene, you have these guys sitting there kind of waiting for what they're doing next. And it's hard, I know, to get some of these bigger names to do it, but eventually you're going to have them on a plane to get that next step up.
I got a
Like,
challenge. I got
I
a
don't know.
challenge. All right. So today, the biggest story is BJ Florence getting canceled and Tiki Taki responding to him. That's the story today, right? Um, Tomorrow, I want somebody on this upcoming Misfits card to make the news. Do something that's worthy of us covering. All right.
Don't
Like,
do
do
anything. Don't do anything. If any of you kids are listening, don't do anything that'll get you thrown off the card and have the zone pull you out. Please.
do
Let's
But
something
look,
that's on the verge of that, but it doesn't.
no.
but look, if you see someone committing a crime on Twitter and you want to make a response, if it's going to get you in the news,
Just give us something to cover. Give us something to cover. Let's get some chirping back and forth going. Let's get some things happening, bro. Like, I mean, honestly, or just give them all fines. Start fining people. Like, bro, there's nothing to talk about. There is not a single fucking thing to talk about right now.
It's Christmas and New Year's. Everything's gonna pick up. It's not. Look, there's definitely times where there's more hype than other times, but that's normal. Like, are we in such an ADD generation that we can't chill for 5 minutes because it's
Yes.
the freaking holidays? No, that's not how it works. There'll be after this card, there's a really hype card after that, and then a really hype card after that. It's gonna carry on, and the numbers don't lie. The numbers have grown.
I just think that what Keem is trying to stress, and I think that it's a hard medium between, is building blocks from card to card instead of them being their own individual ones, like stories being built from one card to the next. You guys started to do it with the Joe Weller thing. I thought that was fantastic. The Slim and Saul Poppy kind of face off. Those things help as well. So using
Massively.
this card, and like I said, kind of, it's not all on you. Guys have to be able to be extraordinary, but using these cards to build to the other ones, not just matchup wise, but star wise, is so important. Other than them just being individual cards, someone's got to. Again, it's more on them than it is on you. But someone's got to take that brass ring and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be extraordinary.
Yeah, 100%. I personally love the storyline of HS versus Teo Ritchie, BJ versus London Shoot Fighters. A kind of Jake. That's the closest we'll get to KSI and Jake Paul in a while at least.
Dude, you know what? You know what you should do? I just thought of this now. Maybe this is a good way to structure it. All right. What if you broke these cards up into a fight week? All right. Every night you tune into the live stream at this time and it's one fight, right? It's one for an entire week at like 7 p.m. Eastern. You tune in and you get one fight for an entire week. Each day, someone would have an opportunity to trend, someone have an opportunity to get the spotlight put on them. Like, there's got to be something different that is done that can highlight some of these people that just like no one cares about.
It's got to come from them though too, Keem. You know, if and I don't know, Mams, how contracts and stuff work. I'm not gonna try to put you on the spot with that, but there just has to be a way for some of these smaller guys. Like, you want an opportunity to fight, that's one thing. But if you're coming from the smaller influencer community, or you're coming from, not a place where people know who you are, you have to find a way to get your name out there. You get impressions up. There needs to be almost a threshold that you have to hit, or else you're not coming back, type of thing. Like, I don't know. There needs to be.
Modine, Alex Stein, those guys, you were there, Wade.
I remember, yeah.
They were hitting trending page left and right. Alex Stein's throwing his shoe up on the roof. Like, there's clips going viral, popping off left and right. I see nothing from anyone else, anything even close to that.
And their fight was,
yeah, their fight got thrown out because entertainment bad. But yeah.
Like I said, it's going to take an extraordinary individual, or a couple of those. But the thing, I guess, that, Mams, you guys are trying to do and can keep doing is, you put people, it's almost like a coach, right? You put people in the best positions to succeed, but it ultimately is on them to take the brass ring, like, go for it.
Yo, what's going on? Sorry, I was talking to my nephew. He was having a little breakdown. But yeah, man, what's up, man?
You got your headphones on. You got your headphones on. Play.
Yeah, my bad.
That man is in the 7th layer of hair right now.
I actually cut my fucking hair. But Wade, I miss you, dog. I miss you.
My guy, we need to get them Madden dubs.
Look who's here now.
Yeah, wait, what I miss?
Look who's made his way up here.
Nothing, man. We're talking about influencer boxing. AT, go ahead. What's your thoughts, man?
I'm gonna let AT get situated. Fan's had his hand up for a while. Go ahead.
Yo, Keem, could I have the floor of this one, please?
Yeah,
listen,
ahead,
Donna and Wade, listen, you clowns. Listen, why the fuck are you associating everything bad with KSI? You talk about KSI fans, but there's delusional Jake fans. There's fucking delusional Jake fans every fucking day on Twitter, bro. I see them every fucking day. Every day, but you don't talk about them, bro.
Wait, who's the delusional Jake fan?
Fucking fan. They say Jake can beat Canelo, but you talk about KSI Community. Bro, I'm the best fucking fan. I love KSI, bro.
You realize Keem was the one that said that.
No, listen.
Whoa, why are you snitching on me? Come on.
No, listen, I fucking love...
I'm just making sure you realize you said that.
I just want to put you in your place, and Donna, you as well, you fucking dick riders. You fucking pieces of shit. You fucking dick riders, man. I'm out of here, bro.
I love the KSI Community fan.
Thank you, Keem. Thank you.
I love him too.
No, thank you. Listen, you fucking dick riders, bro. I'm not friends with you anymore, Wade. I'm not friends with you, fucking Donna. I'm fucking done with this shit. Why the fuck do you...
Does that mean you're gonna quit DMing me now?
No, but listen, I DM you because I was your fucking
friend.
I was a good friend of you, you piece of shit. Listen, I'm fucking glad KSI cut ties with you, and Mams fucking cut ties with you, you fucking piece of shit. Every fucking day is KSI this, KSI that. Bro, you're obsessed. You're a fan.
That is you, yes. That is what you say every day. Yes.
You're obsessed with us, bro.
Did you apologize to my guys, Vidal and Leon?
I apologize, yeah, but listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most entertainment I've had all week in influencer boxing. Go ahead,
fan. No, bro,
hold on. Let me see if I gotta go to your Twitter and make sure you.
Listen, bro, I fucking cooked you just now, bro.
Let me make sure.
I'm so fucking glad. No longer in Misfits. I'm no longer.
Did you go to?
Chill,
bro. Chill,
fan.
Relax.
No, let him cook.
Where did the apology go? It was up, I thought, earlier. What happened? There it is. Apology to Vinal.
Wait, where'd the fan go? Where did the fan go?
I did not kick him. I think he left. But we'll definitely have him back up.
Hey, Keem, so what did I miss? I was, in a meeting. What did I miss?
So we're asking if influencer boxing is dead. I brought up a lot of points where there's not that much entertainment and whatnot. Mams made a counter that it's still growing, but we want the old ways or something.
Pretty much. I said that I should be there in Leeds. Yeah, if I'm there, it definitely ain't dying. But
I said that the KSI community Twitter literally has no idea what they're talking about, and they're always wrong, and they live in a bubble. They were ranting about certain prelims and mad at my prelims, which, by the way, trended on Twitter and made international news, and they're hyped about some other prelims that only matters to about 50 people in the UK. So that's pretty much it.
Keem, I think it's a genius what Mams is doing. You're giving the smaller guys who don't have the big, following a chance to fight and build their show. Not everybody going to fight on WrestleMania.
What show though, Anthony?
Like the prime card.
What show are we talking about?
Well,
like the
Also,
KSI main events.
But
This is
if the
my
small
thing, and
guys get an
I don't
opportunity
blame
like
Mams
that,
for.
they gotta really bring it. If you're a small guy, you gotta really bring it.
you're
Right.
absolutely right, but you're absolutely right. They have to bring it,
Right.
but there are people that are promoting. There are people that are natural stars. Ben Williams, Ed Matthews, HS Tiki Toki, Teo, different fan base. Let's see if it translates. There's opportunities people have. You guys have to give them a chance, but
Right.
also it's like this, Keem, because you haven't been involved with Misfits, it's not as fun and you're not as front and center and everything else as well. So it's easier. It's not easier. It's just I understand from your perspective why you're not experiencing it in a fun way right now compared to before.
Well, no, but that's 100% right. So now that I'm not like in the bubble and now I'm like truly outside of the bubble, I'm truly seeing it as outsiders would see it, and there's nothing interesting. And we have to appeal to those outsiders.
Uh, it just depends where you're coming from. It's like I say, the numbers have grown. We did really well for 11. We did obviously amazing for the prime card. For a non-pay-per-view, 11 was really good. Um, it's the number one product on the zone since its inception, and it's grown and grown, and it's just within your community and your timeline on Twitter. It's maybe not as interesting, but there's still a ton of interest. It hasn't slowed. The only thing is, it's the holidays. This is the longest break we've taken between events. It's slowed down for a second. Does that mean, oh my God, let's all panic? The future of influencer boxing, it's dead. It's growing. It's a growing product. I wouldn't worry too much. I think it's gonna be fine.
I agree, man. And a lot of people don't know. It's like, man, like fighting on Misfits is scarce. It's like California waters. Like everybody, thousands of people are trying to get on
Hey, it's
Misfits,
been
and
raining
it's
this year, bro.
yeah, and it's not like everybody can get on Misfits. It's only a certain
I'm
slots.
so sorry, Anthony, but your mic
Yeah.
is like so
God
bad we
damn it.
can't.
You're right.
You got to fix that, homie. Okay, Astrid, real quick.
Can you hear
Astrid.
me now, King? I'm sorry.
I completely agree with the stuff that Keem's saying. Like, I feel like everything's so boring at the moment, and no one even bothers to make storylines. And as soon as people kind of agree to a fight, they just don't even make content. And I feel like people are forgetting the reason why they're fighting. We're literally social media influencers. None of us are boxers. KSI, as hard as he's worked, he's not a professional boxer. He's amazing at it, but none of us are boxers. We're social media influencers. And I always try and create storylines. I literally spent like 15 grand of my own money to do wet promotions, and I had 200k concurrent viewers in there. I hate to toot my own horn, but I do millions and millions of impressions on Twitter and TikTok every week, and I get so disrespected in the scene. It's unbelievable. But
Oh,
I
dude,
always try.
it's the KSI community. They were all like, "Don't put her in the car. Don't put her in the car." You got more views than anyone else on the prelims leading up to the fight. I mean, that's just facts. Those are hard
But
numbers.
Yeah.
Go
but
ahead,
but I
Anthony.
but I think about it is more like we got guys like OJ Rose and Ashley Raxu who's not there yet to be on a KSI undercard, but they're building themselves there. Like Small Spartan
Yeah, you
J,
need to sell
who's
it. You need
building themselves
you
there.
need to make fights that people
Right.
want to see. Like no one's gonna be intrigued in your fight if you
Well,
haven't got
well,
beef with your opponent.
But
but
Astrid,
there are not a
Astrid,
lot of fighters. Man.
all due respect, no one really wanted to see you against Alexia. They just wanted to see you. So
That's
that's the
well,
thing.
no, two
If
hundred
you if
thousand people watched that wet
that
promotions on
because
YouTube.
of that wasn't because the people were super invested in the
Yes,
beef.
it
It's
was.
because
Mams,
you're
we
a
spent 6 months building that fight. We literally did so much shit to each other. People were so invested. I don't know whether you just don't know the UK TikTok that well, but people were so invested in that fight. All anyone was ever talking about in both of our TikToks, and even just random profiles making their own TikToks on Twitter, was that they wanted to see this fight.
I think if you were to fight L, that would be massive. If you guys fought at a catch weight, something like that
I
would
agree.
capture
I've said a
everyone's
million
attention.
times I'd love to fight Elle, but she won't put the
But
hamburgers
Astrid,
down. So what
not
can I
every
do?
female influencer has a personality like you or me or Dean or Slim or KSI or Jake Paul.
Then they shouldn't be on the
Right.
card. Then they
You know,
shouldn't be on the
but
card.
but
If you're
That's
not
not
but
Anthony
true.
Taylor,
Yeah,
if you're not
right.
Astrid
But
Wet, you shouldn't be on there.
there's a place for everyone.
right.
Like there's I mean not everyone, but there's different personalities. you and Elle are very, you guys are exceptional content creators with promotion. You're both creative, and I saw Elle's promo today. I really liked it, but there's so much negativity. Everyone's just always negative on Twitter. It's
It's
Twitter
just
that's
because
like the
people
most
don't
toxic.
sell their fights. Like the
No,
audience
but
and the public aren't going to watch if you're not selling fights.
Elle's
Otherwise, it's just
Elle's
two random
Elle's
people fighting.
yeah, but Elle has no problem selling fights. I don't think, I think
But she
there's
doesn't do any promotion.
she
There's
is.
probably about 5 people on Misfits that actually promote their fights well. She doesn't do content. She doesn't promote
That's
her
not
fights.
true. She's been putting content out constantly. She's really stepped it up.
Since
Um,
when? Maybe a few
just
weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, check her socials. I mean, her fight just got announced a few weeks ago. I know you guys have a feud, but yeah, I wouldn't put her content creation down. I think both of you are very good at that. But then there's Elena Vampira. She's good as well, and she's getting in the scene, and she's a tough girl. But she has less of a, she has different personality to yourself, and everyone's got different traits, and you have fans for different reasons. Everyone has
Oh,
a
I
different fan
100%
base.
agree. And this isn't a dig at any other creator or fighter, by the way. I just think if people want to come onto Misfits, which is a social media boxing platform, they need to sell their fights and they need to keep up their socials and build storylines. If people don't have beef and it's just a random matchup, yeah, people will still watch it because they like the personality on Misfits, but there's no storyline. They're not going to be engaged. It's
There's
not
no
going to be
entertainment. There's no
yeah,
entertainment.
exactly.
Astrid, where did you have 200k concurrent viewers?
When I did my wet promotions and I was supposed to fight Alexia on my
On,
own YouTube channel,
on live, you had 200k on live.
yeah, concurrent viewers on live stream.
What platform?
YouTube, my main
You had
account.
200,000 people watching you on YouTube live.
That's what
Yes,
she said, bro.
because me and Alexia, hats off to her, as much as we don't get on, we built that fight for 6 months. Like there was so
Can,
much back and
can
forth on.
anyone confirm
Yeah,
this?
but that's
What do you
you.
mean? Can
That's
anyone
two
confirm
hundred
this? You think
thousand
I'm going
with
to come on a
Alexia.
Twitter
No,
live and
listen.
lie?
100%. I do not believe that.
Okay, well,
I
it's
want to
the
be a lot.
truth.
Turn
We
me
all
into a
saw it. It's
laughing
the
stock.
truth. We all saw it.
She had 200k on YouTube live.
Oh my
Yeah,
God! Are you gonna?
She
you.
did.
Is
Wow,
your next
Wait,
question
that's crazy.
200,000,000? Is that your next question?
wait. Could you ask that
200K.
again? Just I'm not sure if you got it through. Marketing general. Could you ask the question
That's what
again?
happens when you build a fight. It's as simple as that.
That's a lot of numbers.
It's fucking mad numbers, and I wasn't expecting it whatsoever. But because we built the fight for so long and we'd done it so well, we got 200,000 concurrent viewers. I've got the stats for it. YouTube paid me $7,000 for it because it was that mental.
That's good. That's really good.
So yeah, people just need to sell their fights, not just for themselves, because obviously they'll do better as a fighter, but just to
But
keep
this
the
is
audience
how.
engaged.
But they need to know and learn how to sell a fight. And I tell people, if you want to sell a fight, you need to study your opponent. Go to his page. What is he like? What does he dislike? What
Yeah.
the,
Yeah, but
you got
AT,
to
this is so
yeah.
infuriating, AT, because if they have to learn how to fucking do social media, they shouldn't be on a Misfits card. Point blank,
Well,
period.
it's not about learning how you. It's about learning how to get to your opponent. Like, let's say if I'm fighting Slim, right? Okay, I know Slim got a big ass nose. He's from Philly. He can't get no fucking girl. I'm gonna
He's
take digs at
he's
those
from
street
New York,
topics.
AT.
I'm gonna take digs. So
He's
if I'm
from
saying
New York.
Ashley Raksu,
Hey, you
he's
be
a
careful,
wannabe
AT,
boy
or I'm gonna
band with a
beat your
missing
ass,
tooth.
alright?
Hey, I'm just giving examples. So if I say Ashley, we know Ashley Tooth got knocked out. I'm gonna make a fucking video of Ashley Tooth being knocked out. That's content. And these guys need to understand these are content. Like Foxy G. I know Foxy G just turned 18. He just hit puberty. I'm gonna make content about Foxy G hitting puberty, boxing me. Those little content are views. That's how keep people interested and
Bro, the
invested.
people on the card are not even trying to
What?
be entertaining.
But
Not
but
even
but
trying.
Fox the G's doing great. He's doing a lot of promo.
And you know what's stupid? It's like, okay, you don't do any promo and you go in and you just train and you go beat someone. Guess what? There's a lot of people in this space that have been winning fights. Dean and Slim, let's use those for example. Both of them are undefeated. Are they mega stars on social media? No,
So I guess,
they're
Keem,
not.
can I say one thing? Like, I do think that the system is working pretty well. Because the reality is, after everything we've said about Astrid, she went through all of that effort to promote the fight, and that's why she was on the Prime card. Everything that Anthony Taylor does and the effort that he puts into it, that's why he was on the Prime card. And I just think that for smaller creators like myself, as long as we realize and understand that we aren't going to get those opportunities until we pull our fingers out and we manage to.
Oh, we lost you. We lost
Oh,
you.
and the point was so interesting too.
Uh,
Could we
and
get Dean the Great up here to talk? He's been
until we
listening for.
manage is the last thing you were going to say. Ashley, you there?
He's probably
Hey,
skipped out.
I tell everybody, look, hey, I'm glad Astrid had 200 viewers on YouTube, and I tell people, if people ain't booing you, then they don't know who the fuck you are. If they booing you during a fight, they all know who the fuck you are. So they can say we don't want Astrid fighting, but at the end of the day, bitch, you know Astrid's name, and you know what the fuck she do. So we don't give a fuck if they boo you or not. Just make content, guys. Have fun, make content. Even if you gotta get a little personal about fucking a sister, make some content.
Jesus Christ. Mams, I kind of it kind of goes back to my other point. Is there? It's so hard to do, but do you need to put like an impressions number in some of these things, or it's kind of you got to maintain this impression number. You're not getting on a next card. Like, I know that's kind of hardcore, but
No,
if you're
I think if there's
and it doesn't have to
someone.
be a personal impressions, but like for your fight or for the zone videos, whatever. Like,
Well, it's gonna motivate. It'll listen. Someone will get a chance if they don't do good numbers. They either don't get back on the card or they don't
but
grow.
when you say that, I think that's my question. When you say they don't do good numbers, what do you mean? Like,
So
not just a main event. Like, how do you measure it?
let's say it just depends. People bring value in different types of ways, right? Which is why it's reflective of the success that it's been. So even if someone does no, which they can't now contractually, but if they do no promo, they turn up, they fight, I guess you could say they're filling a spot and providing entertainment on the night, and you can't take away from that at the same time. So the most successful person or people on this platform will be able to master all aspects of it. Like the KSIs and Jake Pauls and Logan Pauls. Those are the guys who they work hard, they create content,
It's
it's
the blueprint.
entertaining. It's the blueprint. It is. So I think it's there. I don't think you need to reinvent the wheel, but then again, you could have, there are exceptions that can happen. Like someone could come in and maybe they're a smaller influencer, but they're so damn good and they're just really fun to watch in the ring and super entertaining in the ring. I don't know. The odds are you're going to succeed more and more if you have all of the areas covered. That's the reality of it. But obviously there can be exceptions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. There are people that did it in different ways. I just think the main goal, obviously we talked about it. Winning is important, but impressions and content is king here. Like, Saul Poppy is not your typical content creator, but at least for that moment in time where he went on the freaking rocket ship, he was. You could argue Misfits'
Number
best
one
kind of
prospect.
propeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Salt Puppy, this is what people don't understand is Salt Puppy can come back and be stronger and better than ever. You know,
for sure.
it's not over for Salt Puppy. If Salt Puppy comes back with a string of wins and then works his way to a rematch with Slim, and it could go either way. If he ends up winning that and winning a bunch of tough fights, then he's right back in that hot seat.
I think it's
Hey,
just a conversation
hey,
of what
man.
else, right? Like,
I
okay,
think
you win,
a lot.
cool, but
I'm
what
sorry. Go
else?
for it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Ethan.
think a lot of people would be getting these two words. They're forgetting the difference of these two words: influencer boxing and crossover boxing. A lot of these YouTubers and stuff, like once you step in that ring, you're a boxer. I don't give a fuck if you're a cop on the side. You're a boxer.
Oh,
There are so
Anthony,
many.
Anthony, there's
Yeah.
a lot of quote unquote boxers who are journeymen who go in. The majority of boxing is filled with people who have terrible records. Okay, and they go and essentially padding someone else's record. They're there for a payday. They're there to, sometimes some of them are tougher than others, obviously. But they're there to collect a paycheck, and that's how they earn their money. And you know, the coach, the people who pick that fighter are picking him for a reason. You're 9-0,
Absolutely.
you're 10-0, you're
And I
11-0.
guarantee you 70% of these Misfits fighters on this roster got a 9-to-5 job. And if I'm lying, then they kiss my ass because they're all lying. 70% of the Misfits fighters have a 9-to-5 job. You're a crossover boxer.
That's I don't know about the I don't know about 70%. I don't think that's true.
Hey, I'm a full-time daddy, so I
I
know.
feel like I feel like we've exhausted this topic. We're gonna end relatively soon. I got to go and do another thing. But Fan, we brought you back up. You were cut off earlier. Go ahead, Fan.
Bro, first of all, I just want to say, Mams, how you doing, my guy?
Dick in the throat.
100%.
The fan, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, my guys. I'm sorry for my outburst. I just want to say, Wade, I'm no longer your friend. Donna, I'm no longer your friend. Keemstar, thank you for defending
Wait a
KSI.
second.
Um,
Why am I not your friend?
because you said something bad about KSI fans and KSI, and guess what? I'm a KSI fan, but you no, listen, you will never say anything about Jake Paul fans. Wade, where have you?
Right.
Wade, you made a video. You said confronting KSI's most delusional fan. I'm not fucking delusional. KSI said I was his friend. I'm not delusional. Why am I delusional? Why am I delusional, Wade?
Wait, well, no,
You
but you are
sound like you're
delusional,
trying
right?
to convince yourself.
No, but I'm not.
No, no, no. All right, but guys, the fan. Look, people have their opinions, and I know you're, and it's great that you support KSI, but at the same time, I don't want you to upset yourself over other people's opinions. Otherwise, you're always going to be
Like
upset.
100%,
So
Now
don't
100%.
this is
don't
where
let it
Mams
get
and
to
I
you.
disagree. I want you to upset yourself
Uh,
over
uh,
this sort of thing.
no. You know what? Mams is right. You're wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So and anyway,
All right, guys. At the end of the day, let me just leave it out with this. I think it's crystal clear that everybody in the space wants the space to grow. Everybody wants exciting fights. Everyone wants great storylines. There's a lot of debate. There's a lot of disagreements. There's feuds nonstop. None of us are ever going to see eye to eye with each other. But at the end of the day, we all want the best for the space. So that's the one thing that we all have in common. Thank you guys for coming out to the space tonight, and this was a lot of fun. Thank you for all the speakers and all the fans listening. We'll do more of these in the future. Let us know over at Happy Punch the next topic you guys want us to tackle, and we'll bring all the stars back on. Thanks, guys.